Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joey from Recipes for Runts, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this amazing Perler bead Minecraft Mooshroom. If you don't know what mushrooms are, they are basically passive red cows with mushrooms on them that are found in the mushroom biome. And let's just say that this whole entire project was a practice in frustration. It took me a while to get the templates right. And even though it doesn't look like an exact Mooshroom from the actual game, I made it look as similar as I could, so I hope you really like it, and here we go. So for this Mooshroom, you are going to need the correct colors, of course. So we have some black, gray, white, brown, lots of red, and you'll also need some dark gray and a few different colored pinks. Let's start off with the head. These are the pieces you will need to make the head. It looks a little dark here, but once I iron them, I will put them in more light so you can see them better. When you're ironing your perler beads, make sure you don't iron them too much or else they'll be too big and you won't be able to connect the pieces. But if you under iron them, then it is going to be loose. So just make sure you iron them until you can see the beads through the ironing paper, then flip them over, then fold the paper in front of it and iron them until it's perfectly ironed. And here they are, all ironed and cooled down, and if you're making this right now, then go ahead and pause the video and get these down. Now to put it together, make sure you have all of the pieces laid down exactly like this, and then I'm going to show you in time lapse of me putting them together so you can get an idea. Now for the back of the head, I actually made two pieces, one long and one short, but it's okay because we're going to iron this head later when it's all together. So you're going to put the big piece right on top, and then you're going to turn it right side up and put the smaller piece right at the bottom. But before you actually do that, take the two ear bits that you've made and put them right into the little crevices at the top of them, and then put your pieces in place so that way the ear pieces will be held in place like that. Optionally, when the head is all assembled, you can leave it like that, or you can iron all the sides together so they won't come apart, and with any excess pieces or any pieces that are projecting out, then you can trim them up with scissors. Okay, now there is the finished head, so we're just going to put it aside and work on the body. For the outer part of the body and the outer legs, these are all of your pieces, so let's iron them. Okay, now they're ironed and cooled, and I would recommend using the masking tape method because these are some really big pieces, but once they're ironed, then we're ready to assemble. And there it is. Now these are the hooves, or the bottom of the feet, so go ahead and pause the video now and get these down. I just ironed them and I put them to the leg that it corresponds to, so you can just put it right on the bottom of the leg. Oh, the bottom right one's a little loose, I'll fix that later. Okay, now that the hooves are on, we are ready to go into the inner legs. Now let's just say, this was the most frustrating part about the whole entire project, because the template I used wasn't tall enough, so I had to make them myself, and it was pretty painful. So what I'm going to do is I will show you the two inner leg pieces for the top right or the top left or the bottom right or the bottom left, so that way you know which pieces go where. These two pieces are for the top left leg. Okay, so they're at the top left leg. And just so you know, the point of view you need to be looking at is with that small white and gray spot on the bottom right. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that piece I just took and then insert it into the little hole that's at the bottom part of the inner body, so that way it looks like that. And then take that other piece, push it into the little hole, and then clip it into the leg. And now the top leg is finished. And now we're going to go to the top right leg. So I'm going to make the pieces appear by snapping my finger. Wasn't that cool? And these two pieces are for the top right leg. So pause the video and get them down. So you're going to take that piece with the gray one dot bottom and then insert it into the little hole, and then do the same thing with the other one with the two black pieces. Once that's assembled, then we can move to the bottom left leg. So these are the pieces you'll need. So now we're ready to assemble the bottom left leg. So take the all red piece and put that one in first. You could of course put them in any order you like, but I just find that the way I put them in might be a little bit easier for you. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. There it is, the bottom left leg finished. And now we can move to the bottom right, our last one. So these are the pieces you'll need for the bottom right leg. So once you finish putting in the bottom right pieces, then you are almost done with your body. Now I've got one more thing before I attach the head. This piece right here is for the udders if it's a female cow, but if you're doing a male cow, you don't have to do this part. So this is a great time to heat up your glue gun, and just so you know the Mooshroom is facing front when it's all black in the bottom feet, so like you can see all black and you can't see any gray when you're looking at it from the front view. Once your glue gun is heated and your little udder piece is ironed and cooled, then you can glue it right there in between the two bottom legs and then push it in, and there you have your udder. Just make sure that you always be careful handling a hot glue gun, because I really don't want you to burn yourself. But instead of using a hot glue gun, you can also use Elmer's glue if you want, but it won't stick as well. Okay, now that we got the udder piece in, we are ready to put in the head. So make sure the body's facing the right way, and where that fourth bead on the left side is that's gray, that's where the bottom of your head is going to be. And when you have your head on, you want to have 2 rows of perler beads on the left and the right side, as you can see there. Now to attach the head, there's 2 different main ways. You can use hot glue or just glue to glue it on, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use a toothpick so that it will be turnable. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the top and I'm going to go right into the middle, and then I'm going to go 3 beads down, so that way it's going to be like that. And then I'm just going to poke it in there. Okay, now that I have the toothpick in, I'm ready to put in my head. If you didn't really understand what I said earlier about the 2 rows of beads on the side, then you can basically just put it in, and then when you look at the back of the Mooshroom when the head is in, and 2 rows of beads are on the top, not touching the body, that's perfectly fine. So to put it in, you're going to hold the toothpick while you push it in halfway. And once you've pushed it in halfway, then you can take your hand off of the toothpick and then just push in the rest. And now, the head is attached and it is turnable. Pretty cool, huh? So now that we finished the body, we can go ahead and make the mushrooms that go on top. So here are the pieces that you will need to make the mushrooms. And you'll need 3 of these, so once you finish ironing this, then take out your perler bead board and make 2 more. Then I arranged them into the way I wanted to make them, and I used a hot glue gun to glue it all together. And there you have your finished mushroom. Now put that aside to dry completely and then work on your other two. Alright, now that our mushrooms are completely finished, then we can glue them onto our head and our body. So, I'm going to put my first one on top in the middle of the head. And when putting on the mushrooms, you could really use your creativity and put them on however you like. You don't have to put them randomly like I did on the back with the other two that I have. You could put them in a straight line on the back. You could make another mushroom if you really wanted to, or you could make another two mushrooms. It really doesn't matter. So once you have finished putting on all of your mushrooms, then you are pretty much done. There's your completed Perler Bead Minecraft Mooshroom. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and rate my channel, and I shall see you all next time. Bye! Hopefully this doesn't fall over onto it, because if it does, I will rage.